Cause she's an itty bitty spider with an itty bitty lighter that she might just come from. She's a snake crawling, creeping on the floor. If you give her time of day, baby, that's your first mistake. She will swallow you whole for you know.
Yeah, that's my intro. Before we get into this video dealing with the tier list, I want to say, man, listen, if your server has not got this Purgatory yet, Purgatory was the most fun I've had playing this game. It is just, if the game only had the Purgatory battlefield, it would be well worth the download. Just to give you guys a head up on a Purgatory, there's 4 teams, sort of like Lost Lands, except for you got you. Oh man, it's just you're occupying buildings and fighting for buildings, and it's different. It's not like Crystal Battle. It's not like Lost Lands. It's something different, and it's way better. It's on another level better. We happen to play our first. We came in first as well. We came in first. You know, this was very difficult. Very difficult. We actually came in first, getting the points, the last bit of points in the last few seconds, man. It must have been like 40 something seconds when we took over first place from Spider. They were really, really good. Shout out to them. But no, we had to secure that number 1 spot. Yeah, man. So if once this drops for your server, it is, trust me, you want to play it. It was the most fun I've had playing this game, and I love this game. I love all the different aspects of it, but Purgatory Battlefield, it lasted about an hour, and it was so fun. I'm going to do a video on it probably the next time. I hope they're doing this every week. I loved it. It's kind of stressful too. I'm not gonna lie, because you got to try to get things done. It's once you get this, you're gonna love it. Anyway, I'm gonna mention at the end of the video some more information dealing with the helper beast that I had to make a correction for in the last video that I made. So stay tuned for the end of the video for that. Peace. Welcome back, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to get this tier list out. I haven't done one in quite a while. The game seems to be dropping a new hero every 3 months. So maybe I'll start trying to do one like every 3 months rather than every month. And instead, whenever they drop a hero, I'll do a deep dive into whatever hero they drop. The new ones this month is Slash, Wingard, and Shade. Those are the 3 new ones over the last 3 months, Shade being the last one to come. I believe Slash entered before Wingard. As you can see, I've revamped the tier list with alpha, beta, useful, usable, and meh. I didn't. Instead of just making so many and then trying to figure out where they go, it's just some are usable, some are useful, and some are just better, and then some are just the best, and that just made it easier for me to break this down. I will go ahead and go some deep dive into some of the newer ones. We can see the meth still being Hawkins and Larry, and this is primarily because they don't have much of a use inside PvP. They both are mystics or mages. Yeah, they're both mages. Are they both drivers? No, but they're both mages, and mages do have some real good usage inside of arena and places of that nature, but Hawkins and Larry, they don't really add a lot to the game. And then Kane, Ulrich, Melina, Ivan, Leon, Jaina, and Yelena are all very usable characters. The problems with the people with Melina and Kane is that they're drivers, and once again, driver don't have a lot of usability inside of PvP. Jaina, even though she's either, I can't remember if she's shooter or fighter, but she's primarily for farming. Yelena is another driver hero. So this is pretty much why they're on that list. And Ulrich and Ivan are very usable. You can use them in various parts of the game, but they are just the other heroes are just way better than them for so many different reasons. Lanny, Vicky, Vitic, Ace, Gorky, Minsky, Freya, and of course we added Shade. Shade will be the first one we go into the deep dive for. He is actually not a bad hero. I should say, she is not a bad hero. I love the graphics with her. They went a little heavy on the boobs there, but I love the graphics for her. And her her arena explore is just, she has some really good talents. We'll go into that real quick. The way she's used is Shades cast acronym, acronym, Shadow Slash, and summons two shadows simultaneously. She and her shadows will attack the enemy with the current highest health together. All three, her and her two clones will attack whichever energy has the highest health. Shade herself will deal damage equal to 80% of her attack, while the shadow deals damage equal to 45% of Shade's attack. So now, each of them the two shadows will both do damage. I'm not really 100% sure if each shadow will have a 45% damage or if one shadow. If it's both shadow have a 45% damage, that's 170% damage, which is pretty high. And if it's just both of them having a total of 45%, that will come up to 115% damage. In either case, either case of her, whatever her attack is, either case, it's still a high damage dealing. Each attack of Shade and her shadows is considered as a single basic attack. Uh, that's very relevant from the standpoint of it's not being considered as a skill release, and this is because you have some of the champions, the heroes, who have immunity to skills. So this is the basic attack, so it will be able to bypass that skill release. Um, her second skill, is primarily dependent upon the pierce that you have on her. This is done through the rings, of course. This is done through the rings, some tech, and it could go up to 70%. Summon one extra shadow when the pierce rate reaches 70%. So you'll be able to, the pierce rate will affect the number of summoned shadows using the skill Arcanum and Shadow Slash. Summon one extra shadow when the pierce rate reaches 10%. Summons one extra shadows when the pierce rate reaches 20%. So I'm guessing she could summon 4 extra shadow. Now, does those 4 shadows each deal 45%? I'm not really sure. She also has an increased siege attack, and her main skill is driver health increase. The driver health increase stat is actually the reason why I didn't put her up higher. If she was driver attack, I would at least consider moving her up, But she's right there with the other two, Freya and what's this other guy name? Minsky. She's right there right along with them, in the same level. Because as drivers, they're just not as useful. And then finally, for her final skill, she deals damage to enemies equal to 92% of this hero's troop attack. The target is fighter. Additionally, increase the troop attack by 22%. The beginning of the battle, she has pounce, which is 50%. I did want to go back to her third skill, which is attack increase for siege. Attack increase for siege. All of this makes her, along with Minsky and Freya, she's useful. You can use her. The siege attack is why she's useful. I'm not real big on moving drivers up to useful. I would normally have them under usable, but that siege attack puts her right there useful. Had it been the driver attack, I wouldn't be as cautious as putting it as useful, and she could be, Like the same way I feel about Minsky and Freya, where I can see them moving up to beta, but because it's health, I wouldn't be surprised if sometime in the future I moved her down to usable. The next one is Wingard. He made the beta list. I'm actually excited for Wingard. Yeah, he's I don't know vampires. So for some reason the vamps, they really do a great job with these with vamps. So the explore for skill one is dealing with skill damage, and it goes hit the enemy with the highest attack. So whichever is the hardest hitting attack hero on the enemy's team, it hits that hero. Deal skill damage equal to 25% of Wingard max health. If the Wingard has the bleed effect inflicted, it will transfer its bleed effect totally to the target. The remaining effect duration and damage of the transfer bleed effects cannot be affected by any factors. So, like nothing can. You won't be able to cleanse them of that bleed. The remaining time of it and the total amount of damage of it. Nothing that they can do to prevent that from going on them. This is a skill that's unique to Wingard. Primary skill is going to be shooter health increase. Had it been shooter attack, I would have moved it up. But with it being uh, um, shooter health, this is the reason why it's a beta and not an alpha. Attack, I would have moved it up to an alpha. And this is dealing with pain immunity. When the damage taken is more than 50% of the max health, 50% of the damage taken will be continuously deducted as the bleed effect. I'm not 100% sure what that means. I'm not sure if the 50% will be given to a bleed effect to his opponent, or it will be on him as a bleed effect, meaning that it will slow down how much he takes of the damage until he receives the full effect of that 50%. I'm not really sure. The next one is going to be attack increase for siege, which is one of the reasons it made it to at least the beta level, the attack for siege. Also because the explore for this for Wingard is just amazing. I like this one. After releasing blood screen restores 11.5% of the max health each round for two rounds, which is 23% health restored after the end of 2 rounds, after it releases Bloody Scream. So whenever you fill up the bar and he uses his power, he's going to get 23% health back within 2 rounds, 11.5 each round. The last one is a high number, deals damage equal to 98% of this hero's troop attack to the enemy. If the target is a driver, additionally increase the troop attack by 22%. After releasing the skill, it increases the defense. The defense. It increases the defense. That's something that makes him very good in the arena. And I like Wingard. I'm actually going to focus on trying to rank him up and skill him up and get some utilization out of him inside of my arenas. I'm almost finished with Larry. I only have Leon left, and then I'll be able to work on Shade, and I'll have every hero at level 50. So the final hero, at least we get one to go on the alpha, is going to be Slash. Slash is quite amazing. I like Slash. I like Slash a lot. So this explore for skilled one is going to be Slash cannot obtain energy nor release skill, but his basic attacks will be enhanced instead. Each basic attack deals damage equal to 100% of attack to one hero in the front row and deals damage equal to 70% of attack to the remaining enemies. So whoever's in the first row, one of them is going to get all of his basic attack, and then all 4 of the remaining heroes is going to receive 70% of its attack. Now, one of the things that's good about this hero is that since it's not a skill, then it bypasses immunity. It bypasses immunity. The second one is that these next two are just great. After each basic attack, Slash will play music and randomly activate one of the following effects. Either increase the damage dealt by all allies by 15% for 1 round, recover all allies' health equal to 40% of Slash's attack for 1 round, reduces the damage taken by all allies by 15% for 1 round, and the main skill is fighter attack increase, which of course, I'm going to love. Then the third skill, which connects to the second skill, is enemy shooter attack reduction. That's the explorer. I mean connects. You'll see what I mean by connection. After each basic attack has a 50% chance of launching a follow-up attack on the main target of the skill, ear-splitting sound, dealing damage equal to 75% of attack. Successful follow-ups will additionally trigger 2 effects that have not been activated by the song choice. So basically, he has a 50% to follow up the attack. And if he does for successful, meaning that he isn't dodged or isn't blocked, he will go ahead and release the other 2 of the songs. So for instance, if the first time he attacks, he hits, he increases the damage dealt by all allies by 15% for 1 round. When he does the follow-up, if he does the follow-up, there's 1 in every 2 turns. When he does the follow-up, he will if he connects with it, he will automatically also trigger the other 2, which is recover all allies' health equal to 40% of Slash's attack for 1 round, and reduce the damage taken by all allies by 15% for 1 round. So that's damage reduction, as well as he's also going to increase the health there. You put Slash on a team, once he's maxed out, it makes your team almost unbeatable. I could see a Slash Molina team being put together and just, it just become unbeatable. So even though Slash is a hunter, but I could see a Slash Molina team being put together, a hunter vampire team put together that becomes unbeatable. And then lastly, deals damage enemy equal to 88% of his hero's troop attack. If the target is shooter, additionally increase the troop attack by 22%. He also has splash damage. He is definitely an alpha. The problem with Slash, the big problem with Slash is that he doesn't take any generic shards. He doesn't take the generic shards. You're going to wait forever to try to complete them. That's just what it is with him. Yeah, that's the big part with him. So this is quick. Just wanted to get this tier list out there. I've been asked about it. I did want to comment on my last video dealing with the helper beast. One of the things I wanted to mention real quick was that that you can. I said that you have to equip epic beast. It has to at least be an epic beast, and it has to be an epic battle beast. So epic or legendary beast, you can equip either one of those, and it has to be a battle. That's either the ones that's in this top area here. These are battle beasts, and it can be any of those that you can equip, but the beast that's being equipped has to be a level 8. So one of the tricks you're going to see happening is you're going to see people maybe using Artillo along with Hedvig, because you'll be able to increase the rally size. So far, for instance, my Hedvig as a level 4. If I put all my shards pieces into as a helper into the Hedvig at a level 4, he only has 60k rally capacity adding. That'll bring, I could add about 14,000 more troops to the rally. That's right now until he gets higher, because I'm only getting about 20 something % with my helper at a level 43. At level 44, I'm getting 24% of the stats. So if I added a trio here, I would get 24% of the rally, and it will apply to him as a helper. So you'll probably see that. I just wanted to make that correction on this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, rate, subscribe.